Hey, what's up, gamers? It's me, Heard of the Gamer, and this is my first time ever reacting to a live stream like this, but I'm really late to the party. I just now saw that it was live, so yeah, we're gonna just immediately go jump right into it. Um, so yeah, I'm doing it now.
As if it was planned all along. You're a natural of that. Talking more about quality of life improvements and updates, you did talk about the roadmap and how we continuously shift things around and such. We use a lot of the feedback from the community to feed into that. And as such, CSAT surveys are a really important part for that, forums, social networks, etc., etc. When we did announce the Autobahn feature during last year's anniversary, it was met with a lot of mixed feelings from the community. And as such, we really held off a bit to make sure we were doing this in the best way possible. We know toxicity as well as cheating is something that has to continuously be looked at and addressed in the game to keep the game as safe as possible. And as such, Autobahn and improvements to those systems is an important part for us that we're going to keep looking at this year, but we want to make sure we do it in the best way possible. To dive a bit more into quality of life updates, we'll have Justin Banks and Aurélie Géraud talk a bit more about that in a future panel today, which I'm really looking forward to. But for now, is there anything you want to share with us about life design?
As a live game, constant iterations in our design and live balance updates are critical to keeping the game feeling fun, fresh, and exciting for our players. In addition to that, players' behaviors are constantly evolving, and we need to adapt to accommodate those new behaviors all the time. Matt Spriggins will be up shortly to talk more about the huge updates that we have coming and planned for this year in regarding live balance.
And huge is not an understatement.
Not an understatement at all. But one piece of news we're happy to break right now is that we're actively working on a major rework of the Raccoon City Police Department map that we released last year during the Resident Evil chapter. We can expect to see that sometime this fall, but we will keep you updated as we near closer to the final release date.
I'm very much looking forward to playing it. It's often been a difficult map to navigate and to play for players, and I'm really looking forward to see how it can actually be brought up to the standards that we have today, and I'm looking forward. With that said, I'll jump into the events, something that really is an important aspect of the game. It allows us to move the game in a direction that's a little bit farther off the beaten path, something that's not necessarily what you'd expect from Dead by Daylight, but do that as a time-based thing allows us to really do something completely crazy sometimes and such. This is really an opportunity for us to get communities together and to generate moments you're never going to forget. I always think back of that game you played of Dead by Daylight during that specific moment of the year. As we've always done over the last few years, we'll have 4 main moments in the year that we're going to celebrate through events, which are going to be our anniversary period coming up in a few weeks from now, the Halloween period, the winter period, as well as the Lunar New Year period. These 4 events are really going to be the main ones for the year, but our cornerstone events are going to be Halloween and anniversary, since they're such big, important moments for the game.
Dead by Daylight actually does.
On top of those, we're also going to try and do more live activations, such as login bonuses, Blood Rush that you're all familiar with, and boosted Rift Fragments collection, so that there's a reason for everyone to come back to the game and be more excited about playing Dead by Daylight more often and be happy about the rewards they're getting through doing that. So, really looking forward to this year. It's really been an amazing one for us, and thank you so much, especially for the continued support throughout those 6 years. Thank you, everyone.
Dead by Daylight fans, I hope you're enjoying the 6th anniversary celebration of Dead by Daylight. I'm Matthias Claesen, I'm the director of the Recreational Fear Lab, and I'm here to talk to you about why people enjoy horror. Now, it might seem weird that folks like us voluntarily seek out frightening entertainment, but it's actually very common and for good scientific reason. It is part of human nature to find pleasure in playing with fear. It's what kids do when they play hide and seek, and it's what we do when we play DBD. When you're playing as a survivor, you're reenacting an ancient evolutionary drama. You're trying to stay alive in a dangerous world by outrunning and outsmarting a bloodthirsty predator. Your whole body is in survival mode, heart racing to prepare you for fight or flight. You get that invigorating adrenaline kick, and if you escape the killer, you're rewarded with a flood of feel-good neurotransmitters such as dopamine. Playing as a killer is different. You're immersing yourself in that same ancient scenario of predation. But now it's about catching your prey and the ecstasy of the hunt. It's that same adrenaline kick, but the reward is not the nerve-tingling relief of survival. It's the exhilarating delight of victory, the thrill of the kill. So, when you play DBD, you're satisfying a primal desire for threat simulation, for playing with fear. But you're also satisfying another primal desire, namely the desire for story. Because DBD isn't just about the hunt. It's also about exploring the rich and constantly evolving narrative world of the game. Whether you're out for survival or blood, I wish you good luck on your next journey into the fog.
Ooh, I like the, I keep mispronouncing the Corky dog. Corky? I think it's Corky. No food, no love.
The killer is coming, but the generator is almost complete. What do you do? A. Hit the last skill check. B. Run.
None of these.
C.
What? I
Let the
just
killer
stay on
grab
the
you.
gen. If it's close to being done.
D. Blow up the generator.
I mean, if I had to, I guess A. Like, I don't get it. Like, it doesn't, I just commit. I don't do any of those, because I don't usually get it. A skill check. Like, when the Genesis is done, I don't usually get a skill check at all. Especially when the killer's nearby.
Hi there, I'm Matt, Design Director on Dead by Daylight. I work with Dave, the Creative Director, and the rest of the DBD game design team on everything from updating and balancing our existing content to the development of all our new chapters and game features. I'm really happy to be back with you once more for this 6th anniversary broadcast. The upcoming year is going to be a really big one for Dead by Daylight, so I'm excited to share 3 key updates that our team of talented designers have been working on. An overhaul of our killer and survivor perks, a rework of our approach to prestige and progression, and finally, an update on the changes to the Memento Mori system. One of the main goals for the game design team is to explore new ways that we can keep the player experience in Dead by Daylight fresh and fun for both new players entering our universe and for our highly engaged expert players with hundreds or even thousands of hours in the game. In listening to our players and reviewing our own data, we've found that some of the most consistent feedback is that in our high-level matches, meta perks have essentially taken over, meaning that players are consistently seeing the same perk loadouts again and again for every killer and every survivor. Looking at our data, there's a clear gap between the most popular perks for each role. On the killer side, these are Corrupt Intervention, Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, Barbecue and Chili, Hex Ruin, and Pop Goes the Weasel.
Yep.
And for survivors, Dead Hard, Decisive Strike, Borrowed Time, Iron Will, and of course, Self-Care.
Not true.
With
Self-care
little
became
motivation to explore
unpopular.
different perk loadouts, this can naturally
mainly
lead to a
boon
feeling
now, and
of
then
gameplay
adrenaline.
becoming stale. Therefore, in the coming months, we'll be releasing
And
a
Decisive's
major update
unpopular now.
that will rework and rebalance roughly 40 killer and survivor perks, including the ones that I've just mentioned. This is aimed at eliminating these
I
clear,
swear,
dominant
they change
perk
Iron Will.
trends and strategies that we've been seeing in the game for a while.
They better not
There
change
will
Iron
also
Will,
be
I
some small
swear.
baseline gameplay adjustments that we would like to share with you a little bit closer to the release date. So, we'll keep monitoring, keep reviewing, and keep adjusting our collection of perks in this way on a more regular basis to make sure becoming consistent trends for extended periods, whilst opening up the gateway for new undiscovered metas to emerge. With this upcoming focus on balance, we're also working on an update to make perks easier to acquire and encourage more exploration of new combinations in perk loadouts.
I'm curious about that.
In an upcoming patch, we'll be releasing a rework of Dead by Daylight's Prestige system, aimed at reducing the grind in the game by giving players more direct, quick, and easy access to perks, something that will improve the quality of life not only for our long-term dedicated players, but especially new players looking to get into the game. Our current Prestige system is optional, and it awards a bloodied version of the base cosmetic outfit, whilst resetting the perks, add-ons, and items in the character's inventory. This update will change how this works entirely. When this feature releases, prestiging a character for the first time will instantly unlock that character's Tier 1 personal perks on all other killers or survivors, making them immediately available in their loadouts.
I wish.
We know that our players are hoping that the RNG gods provide them with barbecue and chili in their early blood webs. However, with this feature, you simply prestige the cannibal to prestige level 1, 2, or 3 to unlock all of Leatherface's perks at the corresponding tier for every other killer. This will significantly reduce the grind and completely eliminate the random chance needed to acquire specific teachable perks through the blood web system. Of course, it's worth mentioning the prestige level won't be capped at just 3, so you'll be able to show your dedication to a particular character by raising them well beyond that.
Oh.
Additionally, the act of prestiging will not remove their perks, items, or add-ons, so there's no longer an associated reset of the character, if you will.
Oh my gosh.
For those who haven't yet prestiged their characters, we're also working on a fair way to still reward players for their time investment and dedication once this update takes effect.
Damn, I wish I waited this long.
Fans can expect both the prestige and perk updates to drop around the same time during a major release this summer. Finally, I would like to close things out with some news on the Maori Updates that we shared last year. While it's still coming, we have slightly adjusted our approach to the system based on research, feedback, and prototyping iteration. We've arrived at something that feels more straightforward, yet still accomplishes the same goals that we set out with. The change to the system will still remove the Mori ability from offerings, focusing instead on rewarding efficient killer play, but will be incorporating the Mori animation as more of a natural ending to the match. This is something that we're currently calling the Finisher Mori. When a killer downs the last survivor standing, rather than drawing things out and having them pick up and hook the survivor, we'll instead transition immediately and automatically to the killer's Mori animation, allowing them to close things out in style, and in a way that you would expect from an unstoppable killing machine. There's also a few other additional changes coming with this system that we're not quite ready to share yet, but we're hoping to release the new Mori system as part of our Halloween update this year, so look out for that. While we couldn't cover all of the details of these updates in the span of one segment, anyone looking for more information can head over to our website, deadbydaylight.com, following the broadcast. Thank you as always for the support. We can't wait to get these updates into your hands as soon as possible to see your amazing reactions. Thanks again, and see you in the fog.
Can't wait for that.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to the McMillan Estate for Dead by Daylight's 6th anniversary. I'm Justin, one of the senior product managers on the game.
And I'm Aurélie, producer on Dead by Daylight. And what a cool set we're on today.
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I heard there's some traps around, but we'll be a little careful.
Yeah, we'll try.
So last year, Aurélie and I were here with all of you just to talk about the pillars for the year. But I think some other guys on the team have that covered. So this year we're here to talk about the quality of life updates that are coming to the game for Year 7. And now, while it's always our goal to give you the most accurate picture of what's coming and when, the reality is that deadlines can shift as well as priorities. And we live in a pretty weird world these days, so there's a lot of external factors as well. So, I mean, that all being said, we are going to work to have the most open dialogue with our players. So if something changes, you can bet us, other members on the team, we are going to be communicating and let you know if something shifts, changes, removes, added. really at all, we're going to make sure that you guys know about it. That being said, let's get to it.
Yes, and that's really cool because today when you will open the PTB, the first thing that you will notice is this new vertical layout that we have. The idea behind this is we were running out of space with the current one, and we wanted to add more clarity and also make some information way more visible to players. Like, for example, some text in some languages, they will have more space, but also when we have an event or something happening in the game, now you will be able to see right away when you enter in the game what is happening and how long it will take. You won't have to go through different screens, navigate through the game to get access to this information.
And so I think if I can kind of nail down something cool for everybody is that I don't have to go into the archives to see how long is left in the Rift.
Correct.
But I'll see it right on the main menu.
Correct. You will have the exact timer, how long it will take until the end of the Rift. And that's part of
good.
What will make just the navigation easier and the information easier to find in Dead by Daylight. Another feature that will be also available today for the PTB, and I think that one will be really appreciated.
I think so. I think this one is one of those that players have been asking for quite some time.
That's true. Yeah. So that's the preset loadout. In the loadout screen now, you will be able to have different saves, up to 3 for the moment, for your offering, perks, add-on, items. So you will be able to adapt your playstyle according to what you want to play.
Exactly. So, I mean, if you guys want to create one loadout for goofy perks, one for playing by yourself, one for playing as a team, you just change those with the press of a button. No longer are you looking through, this whole inventory of perks that we have.
Wait, that's
right?
What they're doing?
It will be your choice to decide between hardcore and casual games. Something else, you'll be also able to save loadouts for your cosmetics. So if you have different style and you're always like wondering which one to use, well, now it will be extremely useful, easy for you to switch between them. And for both the main menu
Hold up, I saw something.
and the preset
I saw like a
loadout,
mask
we really
on
think
the
that
bottom
the two features
left-hand
they
corner.
will bring more comfort and ease for the player. And we are really looking into feedback. So please, when you grab the PTB today, share your feedback about these two improvements. This will help you to create the best quality of life improvement in the future as well for you. But that's for today. So what is happening for the next upcoming releases?
Right, so for that, we've got some other upcoming features to share with everybody out there. So one of the main ones that we actually announced last year, as you remember, I think we were both there, was Matchmaking Incentives. So what we mean when we're talking about this is when players are matchmaking, we try to establish a good ratio of 4 survivors to 1 killer. And whether or not this ratio is imbalanced one way or another depends on your server, depends on your time of day. So what we are doing is we are providing players with extra blood points to play as the role that is most needed on their server at that time of day when they're online, which I think is going to be pretty useful for our players.
Correct, and with the new layout that we just mentioned, it will be really easy for the player to see in front, on which queue they should go if they want to have the less waiting time.
Exactly. As soon as you log in, you're going to know which role needs you the most. So if you're there for BP or if you're there just to have fun with your friends, I mean, really, we're giving you so many more options. I think it's going to be a great experience once this is introduced. Not even that, but while you're in this matchmaking, trying to get that incentive, we are doing what we're calling a game flow refactor. Very techie name, I know, but if we break it down, it's really giving you guys the opportunity to navigate around the game while you're waiting in the queue. So when you're waiting in matchmaking, with your friends alone, what have you, you'll now be able to browse the store, check out some really cool outfits, some other areas of game, and even check out the archives. So if you want to change your challenges or read some lore while you're waiting, that's all up to you.
Yeah, and I really love this feature because it feels like not a big change, but actually it will just bring so much comfort and remove so much frustration that I really like the fact that the navigation will be easy and you won't have any, it will be more comfortable for you to navigate. And so now we're already making it more accessible to get to the archives for players by doing this, by putting the timer for the Rift on the main menu.
but we're also doing some more updates to the archives coming later this year. So 2 of the main changes that I think players will appreciate right off the bat is now you can have 1 survivor active challenge and a killer active challenge. So no switching back and forth or anything crazy like this. No starting a killer match while having a survivor challenge equipped and feeling like you've wasted your time.
Actually, it will be super cool because with the matchmaking incentive you just mentioned before, well, if you see that the survivor queue is better for the moment, and you have a killer challenge on, you won't have to go back to the archive, switch the challenge just because you want to go to the survivor queue and lose time.
But you could queue, and then you could change it because now we let you. And so what would happen is as you find a match, we'll give you a notification full screen that you finished whatever you're doing, and then bring you into the match. So I think that's going to be a very fun experience for players. But getting ahead of ourselves, one of our other big features that we're updating in the archives is your ability to view a full outfit within the Rift.
Oh, thank God.
So, I think we've both visited the Rift page quite a bit now that it's been out for a while. So now if a player selects a piece of a cosmetic from an outfit in that Rift, there's going to be an available button to click to view the full outfit as a preview.
Oh, thank God.
So if you're not keeping up to date with our amazing marketing trailers that are showing off all of these cool renders, you can view it from directly in the game. And then go watch the marketing trailer after, because they do a lot of work on these and they're very cool. Well, we're obviously trying to get a lot of these changes out for this fall in one of our upcoming archives releases, alongside some other yet-to-be unannounced archive stuff, which we're keeping a little hush-hush now. But it's the 3rd anniversary of the archives.
You could have just said,
so
keep
we're trying to
quiet,
put something
hush,
really
hush.
special together for you guys.
Makes it sound weird
we've got
when people
another
say
big
hush, hush.
feature in the works, and I think I'll let you spill the beans on this one.
Yes, and this one, I think, our player, you are going to love it. So we have decided, do you remember last year when we talked about bots?
Not at all.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
I'm sure you will do. So when we talk about bots, actually this year, by the end of the year, we really want to introduce bots in custom match. So the idea here is we want to give the player, like if you're missing a friend in a group, if you don't have any friends at all, or if you just want to play chill and try to learn a new killer, well, you will be able to do that in a custom match and just fill out the matches with bots.
Oh, Jesus.
So that will be extremely simpler for you to play. And we feel like for some player it could be intimidating to play a new killer or to just learn a new one. And this will actually be a safe environment for them to try and remove the pressure that you can have sometime when you're in a real match.
I mean, thank God.
And it's not just
also, like,
learning a new killer that can be stressful sometimes, but new maps as well, because the layouts can be entirely different. There's some new loops that you need to learn. So it's a great way for players to be able to practice those as well. Use an old killer, use old survivors as bots, and just try out whatever map you want.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And this feature is probably the longest one for a timeline, and we're targeting this winter for this one to be out. And we can't wait.
I'm super excited for this one.
I am too.
I'm a bad killer, so I'm looking forward to it.
And I think you still have 2 features that you would like to talk about this today?
I do. So these ones are a bit smaller, but I think our players and streamers will also be interested on both of these. So the first one I'll discuss is what we're calling streamer mode or anonymous mode. Still undecided, still in development, so the name may change. But the basic premise of this is to make sure that all of our players feel safe as they're playing the game. So that we're obscuring your name or the name of your friends as they're playing, so that no toxic players or ne'er-do-wells inside or outside the game can find it and target you in some way.
And for the security, that's a huge plus as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we just want our players to feel safe as they're playing our game, and we hope that this is a great tool to actually let them do it. Now, the other feature is, I guess, all about the survivors not feeling so safe, which is our updated wiggle system. So if you've been paying attention to Dead by Daylight, I know we have, talking to you, for the past few months, we've been testing out our updated system under our beta tab, so players were able to opt in and try it out. So whereas previously the wiggle system was mashing 2 buttons back and forth, keyboard controller, whatever you chose, now it's instead a skill check. So during the beta, we were all listening to a lot of our player feedback, so our design team has really taken that into account, and with those changes, we're going to make it a permanent feature in the future.
And on behalf of the team, really thank you for using the beta tabs. It was really, really useful for us to collect all this information and to see how you feel about new changes that we just want to make sure that all the changes that we introduce in the game are the correct ones.
Yeah, I mean, I know we all love the PTB, being able to try out new content, but this let us really bring in all of our console players who have been asking for a way, and all of their input, especially given that it was very controller heavy, is really appreciated.
And sometimes we just need more time also to get the feedback.
It certainly helps. So with all of these, we also have some other smaller features that we weren't really able to fit in here. So head on over to our website at deadbydaylight.com to read a bit more after the segment.
And we really hope you're excited about all the features that we announced today. I know we are, and we expect that you will enjoy this anniversary with us. And we hope you a very good Dead by Daylight experience here.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of the broadcast, everybody.
Thank you.
My name's Jason. I'm a fog whisperer, and to me, Dead by Daylight is more than just a game. It's a lifestyle. I'm heading to a parkour gym to work with professional tag athletes. I want to learn how I can apply my DVD skills in real life.
Do you ever just crouch at the chaser to get them angry?
World Chase Tag is a team-on-team competition where one team throws in a chaser, one team throws in an invader, and the one rule is don't get caught.
Oh, I've seen this.
So, in Chase Tag, are you using vaulting? Because in DVD, when I'm being chased, vaulting is a pretty powerful evasion tool.
Yeah, vaulting gives you a very easy way of getting an obstacle in between you or whoever's chasing you.
So, what about slow vaults?
What?
Exactly. What? God, this is so cringy. What the hell?
To see my full training adventure, head to the Dead by Daylight YouTube page later this week.
No. Ooh, I like that. The light. And the pillow, I guess. Bring it on.
The killer is in pursuit. What do you do? A. Drop the pallet. B. Use dead hard.
I'm gonna have
C.
to say...
Loop forever.
I am a A user because I'm not the greatest looper. I am not a great looper. When I try to use that dead hard, but for some reason it doesn't want to work, and I am not toxic, so I usually just drop the pallet and try to get away as fast as possible.
Hello everyone, I'm Joe Ashley, the associate producer on Dead by Daylight. I'm joined by Xavier, our director, and also Rose, our project manager. A big part of what makes Dead by Daylight so great are the characters. And telling the stories is one of the best parts of our job. While a lot of storytelling is happened through lore, there's also a way for us to tell the story through the art and the visual. Today, we want to share with you a bit about the process of the collection that inspires us. we want to break some news about new announcement of a brand new collection we've been anxious to share with you guys for a while.
Yes, thank you, Josh. Well, let's take a moment to talk about like what's behind the several outfits and collection we provide to players during the year. So, artistically, the approach is different when we work on our own contents and when we work with licenses. When we do our own, we often look this as a way to put our own spin to icons and events everybody's familiar with. A great example is the Halo Blight collection. It's really our take on Halloween. You know, rather than creating cosmetics around traditional vampires, witches, werewolves, we decided to do something more unique, to tell a unique story, and we have like our killers. We made them more horrific due to a substance linked to the entity. The result, I think, is unexpected, more original. The lore and art direction have been reinforced at the same time, and we get to celebrate Halloween in a way that's very true to Dead by Daylight.
So on my side, the product goal is to create collections like this for all seasons. These collections would be something that we could return to and add to every year, but on our own terms, in a way that's creative for Xavier, but also not feeling like too generic or too easy.
Maybe Joash, you could share with us the different steps on the production to create these visuals.
Sure thing. So as you know, Rose got a good idea of what the type of collection that she wants. So afterward, I think the first step is to talk to the narrative team. The idea behind it is to make sure that we have a good idea and make sure also like it's kind of related to the character. So the cosmetic that we want is related to the character, the story background, and the lore. Afterward, we need to talk to the concept artists. They're the one who are going to put on paper pretty much with the art director and the concept art to put on paper pretty much the idea that we want as cosmetics. So and also this is the time for us to put in detail what we want. So meaning like the accessories, the detail, and the type of material that we want. Once we're done, the character team can use those concepts to start their modeling phase. So pretty much to have the 3D model ready.
So in the case of the Fire Moon Festival, we created this in tribute to the Mid-Autumn Festival that is celebrated in so many Asian countries. And it is our own DBD-specific event that boasts like concerts and celebrations that are surrounding the full Fire Moon. And it's a celebration of life and also a reflection upon death. So another part of creating this event ourselves was to be able to include a wider variety of characters into the collection. So, for example, those that didn't have an Asian heritage.
We should talk also about licenses because today, right now, we have something really important to share with the fans. Right, Rose?
Yeah, indeed. So another interesting part of working on these collections is being able to work with existing licenses as well. So we're able to introduce new stories and other brands that we love also into the world of Dead by Daylight. Speaking of which, anime and mangas are widely requested from our fans around the world. And we're really excited to be able to announce today a new collection that's right around the corner, one that marks DBD's first major crossover with an anime title. So without further ado,
oh my god, no. No, they are not doing a crossover with Attack on Titan.
So many of us on Dead by Daylight team are big fan of anime, especially Attack on Titan. The process of creating new outfits based on the new collection based on Dead by Daylight has been really exciting. We're thrilled to be including 10 different outfits for both Survivor and Killers.
I'm actually so excited.
We need to say some surprise for later on. I think we can still give some glimpse of the concept art for Attack on Titan.
I know Trixter's going to be in this.
Because working on Attack on Titan was a great challenge, but really exciting one. First, we had to assimilate like the iconic aspect of the 2D art direction from the show and adapt it on 3D.
I'm definitely going to buy it.
Making sure like the characters remain themselves even if applied on DBD characters.
For whoever it is,
and because they are not legendary outfits, the goal was not to reskin them and transform them into something way too different from our more realistic art direction. So we then came with bigger eyes, etc. We felt it more like, okay, we could create like great cosplay of this character. Our mindset was more, what if our DBD characters were part of the Attack on Titan universe, and from who are they closer in their personalities and appearances? So it was really important for us to select some of our favorite characters from Attack on Titan,
we'll find out who they like
so we
more
could
out of all the
focus on
characters.
some aspect of each to match our DBD personalities. We have Eren, one of the hero of the show, and we have Dwight.
No, it's not Dwight.
In a sense, he's one of our heroes also on DBD. He's here since years, and we kept the details of Dwight, like having the iconic glasses, the messy hair, and even with the equipment of Attack on Titan, we made sure like the equipment isn't straight, and we have like,
but
nothing's perfect because it's Dwight. We have NG. For her, it was easier because we have Zarina also, and it was a perfect match.
Zarina.
She's a scientist that investigates on Titans.
Oh my god, her!
And with Zarina, like they are both very inquisitive and investigators that worked well. To keep the details of Zarina herself, we gave her eye patch, but not the glasses because she doesn't wear glasses. The Armor Titan. He's there, you know, we have it as an ultra rare cosmetic for the Oni.
Amazing.
And not only was a good match because we apply this skin in one of our largest killer of the game, but also we were able to use his crystal form for the rage mode. And while the base of the crystals are blue in the show, we tinge them with a red VFX to represent the traditional Oni blood rage for the game.
That's it for us. We hope you enjoyed the behind the look scene and also our new collection that we just showed you. Of course, we're going to keep an eye for more Attack on Titan
Zarina
news.
looked actually pretty good,
Thank
but
you.
Oni.
Oh
my god, no, they did not just do the Attack on Titans, like, thing. The trailer. Oh, it's Hattie. Oh my god, that's actually what she's gonna look like. It is for sure confirmed. Oh, she looks better in this. It's her in-game face that looks weird. In this trailer, she looks way better. Just look how, like, mixed colors she is. Like, all those colors she has. For cosmetic-wise. Oh, she's not scared. Oh. Boots of Dread. It mainly showed her over the killer. That's saying something about Hattie.
Hi everyone, I'm Dave Richard, Creative Director on Dead by Daylight, and I'm super glad to be here today to share the newest content for our latest chapter, and of course to celebrate the 6th anniversary of Dead by Daylight. The tradition is to tell you all the content that's going to be in the chapter. And this time we're quite excited. We're changing the recipe a little bit, and we're doing an original chapter. So this new chapter is called Roots of Dread, and it's a full chapter. It contains a new survivor, a new killer, and a new map within a new realm of the entity. That's quite exciting. So the story for the chapter revolves around a town, a perfect town. Well, a town that seems to be perfect. But of course, the residents are hiding something terrible. They're hiding secrets and a darkness. And when that darkness starts to bubble up to the surface, it creates our newest killer, the Dredge. So let's talk about it a little bit. So the Dredge is inspired by the Boogeyman, a story that is global and is known around many cultures.
I thought it was the Babadook.
It's a domestic fear. It's a monster that is really close to us, that is in our familiar environment, inside our house, creepy. Under our bed, in our wardrobes. And that's the type of creature we wanted to feature, and create. So it is the physical representation of the darkness of the whole town, of their secrets. And it is a weird and strange creature, a monster. It has an impossible biology featuring various limbs, heads, different parts. It is emotionless, and it's impossible to plead for your life when in front of this creature. We wanted to make sure to create a visceral scare when facing this creature. It's a bit like when you're having a nightmare, and you know it was super scary when you wake up, but you can't exactly put your finger on what it was that you've seen. The visual design of the Dredge is quite unique. It's a first for Dead by Daylight killers. It's a monster, recreated by different limbs, different heads, claws, pincers, tentacles, and we wanted to make sure that you, the player, would be able to customize as you wanted this monster. What's really cool as well for the cosmetic is that we are able to explore themes that are organic, but also constructs, like this amazing cosmetic that features dolls.
Oh.
All right, now let's move on to the power of the Dredge. So when playing the Dredge, we wanted you to feel like you're the embodiment of darkness, of fear itself. We wanted to recreate that feeling of a monster that's really close to us, that lives in your house. And so there are two phases to the power. The first phase is the ability to use lockers to teleport from and to. So, of course, this is great for map movement. You'll be able to travel the map really quickly. But it's also great to surprise survivors that are nearby lockers, and even survivors that are hiding inside the locker. The second phase of the power is called Night Cycle, and this is where it gets really interesting. So, based on action the Dredge will make and some passive abilities, the Night Cycle will build on the survivor. When it is finally completed, Night Cycle will trigger, and a darkness will engulf the survivor. This darkness makes it very difficult to navigate, especially in chases.
Oh, great.
And the only thing the survivor can see in the distance will be the Dredge itself.
Oh, jeez.
So that's really creepy, and will for sure make the survivor make mistakes. Of course, the Dredge comes with 3 unique perks. We won't go into the details of these perks today, but I can say that they are themed around chaos, secrets, and corruption.
Ooh.
Okay, now let's move on to our newest survivor. She's called Hattie Core.
Oh, it is
And
Hattie.
you might know her from some archive entry that appeared in the past. She appeared 3 times in the archive, actually. So Hattie has a dual heritage. She is born in northern India, but was raised by her adoptive family in Quebec. And so this will be an interesting background to explore through our different cosmetic and also through future archive entries. Hattie has a very unique ability to see bleeds. These are areas of the world where the entity's influence intersect with our world. And so Hattie had her share of paranormal adventures and encounters with dreadful beasts from the entity's world, strange creature. And actually we can see on her body all sort of scratch and marks from these encounters.
Ooh.
Of course, Hattie will come with 3 unique perks added to the roster of abilities that the survivors are able to equip and use. These are themed around paranormal insight, proficiency with occult items, and her own temerity. And finally, let's talk about the map. So this time around, we're really excited to introduce a new realm for this chapter. So really, we are going back to the roots of horror, to a classic, something that we see numerous times into different horror novels, movies, and other horror material. And this is a small American town. So we wanted to make sure that we created something domestic, something familiar. And so for the Dredge map, called the Garden of Joy, we are featuring one of the house of the perfect town that we talked about earlier. This house looks perfect from the outside. It is like a ghost sitting in the middle of a gloomy forest created by the entity. And when you go inside that house, you'll see how twisted and wrong it is. Just like the residents that are hiding all of this darkness in secret. What's really cool about this new realm is that in the future, we will be able to explore it again, but in other contexts than in the Dredge Perfect Town. So this realm is built from different memories, from different characters.
Okay,
and so we'll be able to explore different cities wrapped inside that same realm. All right, that was the whole content of our newest chapter, Roots of Dread. I hope you are as excited as us to try this new content.
Photo.
And you'll be able to do so right after this event as we go live on the PTB. The chapter will become available to all on June 7th.
That's so soon.
So thank you again for listening today, and thank you for an incredible year of Dead by Daylight.
20 days.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Dr. Italo Brown, emergency physician, and this is Dead by Daylight.
I was like, this was an ad. I was like, Healing's white.
Alright. So why is this person sitting? Oh! Now that's actually kind of dope. It looks like he was injured or something, and she came through and rubbed this man's back. Look. If we could start prescribing back rubs in the emergency department, I promise you, I would let the thing fly. Everybody, you get a back rub. You get a back rub. Straight up on some, Oprah level stuff. It's actually funny because there is evidence that back rubs help. They help physiologically. People say that it lowers heart rate, lowers blood pressure. Curative back rub for everybody, all right? Let's get it popping. Next video. Yo, I've seen it. All in your back. Wait a minute, bro. Oh, dude, no. Wait a minute. All right. I had to pause. One, this man got thrown on a hook. And I've seen this in a bunch of different movies. So it's really accurate. These like butcher hooks are real. Obviously, if someone ended up on one, it was intentional, in my opinion. From that angle, I'm pretty sure it's piercing, one of the ventricles of the heart, right? So the heart, we know it's like this, right? That left ventricle is kind of posterior and it sits to the side as if I took a football and held it, with the laces kind of downward, right? So if that goes through that left ventricle, man, he's dead. There ain't no pulling yourself up off of it. Either no, sir. Either I don't believe it. He not walking away from this. At all. That's a fact. If you're enjoying this analysis, make sure you head over to Dead by Daylight's YouTube channel for the full video later on this week, okay? Happy 6th anniversary, y'all. Peace.
You see a lit hex totem. What do? A. Disassemble it. B. Leave it be. Probably haunted ground. C. Turn it into a boon totem. D. Point at it, but let your teammates deal with it.
Yeah, definitely A. If you are doing D, you're just a troll. What's with the masquerade mask?
Hey there, everybody. I'm Justin, one of the product managers on Dead by Daylight. Still stuck in this fog from earlier, but this time joined by a new partner.
Hi, I'm May. I am a Twitch-lurking, dog-snuggling influencer manager on Dead by Daylight.
So, since a Dead by Daylight anniversary wouldn't be the same without a celebration in the fog, both May and myself are here to share with you what's going on for the Dead by Daylight 6th anniversary in-game event. So, last year we had a really fun one, but the team has taken a hard look at what worked and what didn't, and we're trying to find ways to take it even further for the 6th anniversary, which is actually starting on our real anniversary this year. So the event
16th,
starts
yeah,
on June 16th. I think it's really cool. So for the theme this year, the Fog is going to be celebrating something called the Twisted Masquerade.
Ooh.
Now, this is meant to be a real party in the world of Dead by Daylight that's being hosted in the entity's name by someone lurking in the shadows, I've heard.
Everyone loves a masquerade, so we've really tried to run with the theme and taken our decorations to the next level. As you might have already noticed in this broadcast, we've added this gorgeous midnight blue to our usual black and gold color palette, and you'll see it all over the entity's realm during this event. We're also reskinning the Killer Shack and the exit gates, and there's going to be some really cool, creepy effects because of it. Expect the entire fog to be decked out to the nines.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that we're decorating for really the first time, like proving just how big this whole celebration really is. We really want this to feel like a party and a celebration. So everything is really going to play on this masquerade theme in some interesting ways, beginning with our anniversary cosmetics. So last year was the second year that we actually did the crown collection, where mechanic-wise, players would run around, find pedestals, and collect a crown for that specific character. But this year, with this masquerade theme, we wanted to find ways that we could really push it further and deliver an even bigger payoff when it came to the cosmetics that you'd be able to collect.
So while you'll still be hunting down pedestals in your trial, this time you're going to be grabbing invitations to the Twisted Masquerade. Collecting those invitations will earn you one of 12 possible cosmetics as killer or survivor. And since we're going to a masquerade, it's going to be beautiful hand-designed masks. Last year, while you could earn cosmetics for every single original character, it was the same crown
I didn't get to read the
each
others.
and every one of them. We feel like that's run its course, and we wanted to do something a little more special this year. This year, we're focusing on one original survivor and one killer for every year of Dead by Daylight. The mask you earn will only be wearable for that specific character because it's tailor-made to suit their personality and style. The masks are also going to be earned randomly, so even if you're playing as Dwight, you might earn one for Elodie or the Spirit.
And I mean, if you guys have actually seen it on the table, that's Dwight.
So while we are focusing on a smaller subset of characters, they're going to make much more meaningful additions to your collection and look pretty sweet, if I do say so myself.
Absolutely. I mean, I've had to resist just putting this one on and trying to run away with it. Been told many times I can't take it home with me, so I'll have to settle for just earning it in-game. And similar to what we did for our Halloween event, the Midnight Grove, the 6th anniversary will also include an event tome. So what's great about this is we're going to have 2 full levels of challenges and lore that's directly tied to the Twisted Masquerade. And one big addition in this is going to be the community challenges. So last year, if you were around doing our community challenges, we were communicating on this via our social media channels. And we feel like the players really enjoyed this, but we want to bring it a little closer to you directly in-game.
There'll be an entire top track dedicated to these community challenges. On that, you can track both the global progression of everyone making effort towards these community challenges and your own direct contributions. Your own direct contributions are important because you're going to have to work and you can't just take advantage of everyone else's hard work.
Exactly, but while the players are waiting for the community to catch up so that they can go on to the next challenge, there will be a set of personal challenges below on each level that you can work towards. And I mean, these are going to also give you a little bit more background on what's happening for the story behind the scenes of the archives and of the Twisted Masquerade. I mean, you're going to be earning event cosmetics either way, so definitely take the time, try to finish all of them.
So what about Dredge and Hattie? Are they getting something for this masquerade?
So since these are actually our 2 new characters coming in, it's important that we're treating them as our guests of honor for the Twisted Masquerade. So if you're seeing from any of the content that we're sharing, both Dredge and Hattie are getting full outfits themed for the event that you can unlock, split between the community goals and the personal goals.
Ooh, I love
so
that color
if you want
scheme.
all of it, you have to do both.
And they're really worth getting, so I suggest you do. And we also have some very cool, very gross charms, like this 6th anniversary Rancid Cupcake, a pop-up card, and my personal favorite, a skull with a little party hat.
And that's definitely a reminder of the last person who tried to bring a party hat into the fog.
Try and stop
Anthony doesn't like fun. So for a few final touches on the event, we're bringing back some things from last year that worked really well, like our loading screens with developer comments and selected art. So as you're loading up into your game, you're going to see quotes from wacky folks like myself, May, and others, and really bring you a bit closer to the really cool people who work on Dead by Daylight. On top of this, we're going to be bringing back our daily discounted Shrine of Secrets. So instead of it cycling on a weekly basis, we're going to be changing all of the perks every single day and be providing you a discount, so it costs less iridescent shards for every single perk available during the event. On top of that, because we know you guys love blood points, we're going to be doing a weekend blood hunt event. And then, again, still not done, we're going to be giving a lot of login currencies. So, if that's not enough blood points for you, not enough rift fragments, not enough iridescent shards, players will be able to earn more of these just by logging in.
It's definitely not the time to save your pennies for a rainy day. There's so much fun stuff to get. Take advantage. But for now, on behalf of everyone, I just want to say thanks again for another amazing year of Dead by Daylight. And we'll see you in the fog on June 16th for the Twisted Masquerade.
We'll see you there.
I'm definitely going to try to get that trickster mask. Oh my god.
いらっしゃいませ。てったお疲れ様。座って座って。今日は暑かったでしょ。いつものビールでいい？はい。心臓が。助けて。
Oh. He was the killer.
We're very excited to share some great news about the DVD mobile game. So we had a big update in Japan at the end of April, and the results are amazing. We want to progressively release this to the rest of the world too. In the United States, there will be a closed beta test in the next few weeks, so stay tuned for that. You should know there's going to be quite a lot of new features in this version of the game. Leaderboards, quick matches, team system. We're also...
Alright, sorry y'all, but I'm ending the stream early. I got to know what I wanted to know for this stream and stuff. So, if you guys did enjoy this live stream, please leave a like, please subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified whenever I go live upload video. And yeah, basically I will be definitely trying to get Dredge and Hattie for when they come out on the 7th. Anyways, I hope to see you all in